We can't get your money back, but we would love to help you affordably complete your therapy. Go to happyvalleyclinic.com or call us at 823-ED No Funds. That's 823-ED No Funds for a significant discount to help you complete your therapy. Put the happy back in your relationship.
Concerned about our skyrocketing national debt, higher taxes, and soaring inflation? Don't miss Retirement Solutions Radio. This Saturday at 10 and 1 on Talk Radio 105.9 KNRS.
Don't miss the final days to save during the Snowflake Truckload event at Lowe's. Right now, save on major appliances and get an additional 10% off in-store clearance appliances. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8 time exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Hi, I'm Taylor. And I'm Chase at Orange Yours. And now I'm going to sing you a little song about our veterans. Wait, what? Sorry, we're singing this? No, just you. What? Maybe I could just read it. When you see our better diamonds, your heart will begin to dancing. Get the diamond that she really wants with our in-house financing. See? Yeah, but sing it. No, I think they get it.
Get in-house financing only at Morgan Jewelers. Find a location nearest you at morganjewelers.com. You're listening to The Travel Show on Talk Radio 105.9 KNRS. Just listen and you'll know.
Welcome back to the Travel Show. I'm Larry Noyes, the Getaway Guru, in the studio in Salt Lake City. I'm in East Africa, but after the crossroads in the West, Wendy Fracking, a book department manager with Morris Columbus Travel, and our Argentinian gaucho himself, all things South America, Latin America, typical our Carlos director of Latin American sales. We talked about the South America earlier. Wendy, we love so much. What is it about particularly, let's talk about Europe. I mean, Asia, Africa, Amazon. What is it about
It's the smaller ship size. It is the porting and decisions. It is the intimacy with areas that you're visiting. It is the food. It's the people. It's the service. Tell me to stop. The excursion. The value.
Well, let's do a deep dive on one of these emphasis on Europe. I'd like to welcome to the Travel Show a friend of mine, Brian Rademacher, a business development manager for Alma Waterways. Brian, welcome to the Travel Show.
Thank you, Larry, and thank you, Wendy, and thank you, Carlos, and
Now, Brian and I go back decades, and
Don't date yourself.
We date ourselves. Brian, Alma Waterways, I want to start with this question. By the way, it's my favorite European river company. In fact, I've sailed with Alma Waterways on the Nile, on the Mekong, and throughout Europe. There's many good river companies stay in Europe, but Alma Waterways just does it different. So let's first talk about the name Alma Waterways is not as well known as some of the other brands. Tell us what Alma Waterways is.
Okay, the opportunity to correct me. Very little advertising, so one thing giving us this opportunity to talk about Brian. We're 21 years old. We have Southern California in our own River Shriner. Basically acknowledged sort of the backlog of North American river. And recently, we had this fingerprint on 3 other river cruise lines that we all know that are out there, but he didn't own those 3. And then back in 2002, he started Alma Waterways, and the word Alma comes from the Latin word amare, which means to love. Right?
Come on.
Amare. Exactly. And so we've established a really strong position in the marketplace, and it starts, frankly, with the ownership, since we are being owned by Ruby Shriner, Christine Karst, and Murphy, and that vibe, that family-owned vibe, reverberates.
It really cares for. How many ships do
Really? We'll be adding, just heard the other day, that we're in 2025 going to be adding
back. Turn on my car.
Tour guide, August 1st to the 8th. Brian Rademacher, thank you for joining us on the Travel Show. Bye-bye. I'm Larry Delwich, the getaway guru for Morris Columbus Travel and Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, with the biggest cruise promotion of the year, with huge discounts off your cruise fare and free amenities. Sail the 7 seas with Royal Caribbean and Morris Columbus Travel. Looking for the best travel deals on the planet? Give us a call at Morris Columbus Travel.
We're Anheuser-Busch. 65,000 people who help bring every one of our beers to life. I grow the rice. We malt the barley. And I brew the beer. I bottle the beer.
I label the beer.
I pack the beer.
I make sure the beer keeps cold.
I make sure the beer keeps fresh.
And I make sure the beer keeps coming.
We're Anheuser-Busch. That's who we are. Enjoy responsibly. 2023 Anheuser-Busch.
SideOnNews.com Traffic Operations Center.
Your driver on the left-hand front looking very good right now. No problems at all on I-15 north and southbound from Ogden all the way down to Orem. I-80 is checking clear. East and westbound on both sides of town. The I-215 loop is acting pretty with speeds up to the posted limits. And no problems either on the 21st South Freeway eastbound or westbound. This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back. That's right, everything you've earned doubled. With cashback trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously though, see terms to check it out yourself at discover.com/match.
Retirement planning can be complicated. Tune in to Money Matters with Deb Christensen and Lori Hancock. Saturdays at 7 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 105.9 KNRS.
Is your hair thinning or your hairline receding? Would you be interested in regrowing thick, natural, luxurious hair? Well, now a solution for you. It's called Harem. Not only does Harem stop hair loss, but it can help you get back the hair you once had. Harem was developed for men and women and contains 17 botanical plant actives proven to generate new hair growth and to repair and nourish dormant hair follicles. It also treats receding hairlines as well as the crown of the head and targets and darkens gray hair to blend naturally to your hair, no matter your hair color. Harem uses the power of nature to promote stronger and thicker hair, nurture and repair your scalp, and activate dormant hair follicles. If you want an effective and safe solution to regrow thicker and healthier hair, then we've got you covered. Go to GreatLifeNow.com to order Harem today and use code RADIO15 to get 15% off. That's GreatLifeNow.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
It drives me up the wall. What drives him up the wall? Drives you home. Let's get offensive right off the bat. Jesse Kelly's Radio Road Rage on Talk Radio 105.9 KNRS. There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security password. What are you going to get out of it? LifeLock alerts you to threats you can miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEW
Monday to respond to special counsel Jack Smith's protective order. Smith filed a motion Friday night after Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, "If you go with me, I'm coming after you." The post appeared one day after Trump was indicted on 4 counts related to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. 2 Florida police officers are expected to recover after they were shot during a traffic stop Friday night. Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith identified the suspect.
Suspect has been identified as 28-year-old David Bale.
The suspect was shot and died from his injuries. 7 people are critically injured after a school bus filled with teenagers crashed in Idaho. The Idaho State Police Department says the bus was taking a group of children to a YMCA summer camp. Julie Ryan, NBC News Radio.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Jumbo, and welcome back to the Travel Show. Jumbo, the native greenie here in East Africa. I'm Larry Gelwitz, the getaway guru, and I got away to the Serengeti with a wonderful group of Travel Show listeners. We have had an incredible safari, the abundance of animals. You know, I'm Wendy, and I'm joined by Wendy Frackie, Group Department Manager of Morris Columbus Travel, and Carlos Fida, our Director of Latin American Sales. There is nothing like the Great Migration, the abundance of animals. You have 2 million wildebeest on the move, 500,000 zebras.
It's primal.
It is, and there's a rawness to this whole emotion. Fantastic lodges, great food. I mentioned that we use 9-passenger Toyota Land Cruisers, modified. You can stand up. We don't put more than 4 people in a 9-passenger. That way you can move around. There's so many things that we do differently. I actually just the other day saw one safari company that is using a passenger
The minivans.
minivan, and they are packed.
I feel so sorry for those people, and I just think that when they see us, they're feeling sorry for themselves too.
Well, they are. And the roads, we're not on paved roads.
No.
We're on dirt roads. In fact, the other day, not on this safari, but last year, we had to
Pull somebody out.
We had to pull somebody out of one of the ruts in the road. We're all looking around. Where are the lions?
Okay.
Because we're outside of them.
Love those seeing the hippos as much as I do.
You talking about me at the swimming pool?
I am not. I'm talking about the hippos in the river. And
Well, yes. I mean, and they bellow.
oh my gosh.
So here on the Serengeti, the absolute best lodge is called the Ashna Lodge. That's where we stay. It is right on the bend of the Mara River, M-A-R-A. And I told you Mara is the Maasai Mara. The Maasai is the tribe. The Mara is the region of the Serengeti, which means spotted plain in the Ma language that the Maasai speak. And we're right there, and we're up the hill at elevated terrace. By the way, all the lodges have these big electric fences, and the animals don't even touch them. There's never been an incident, but you can look down on the hippos and the crocs and all of that, and at night you'll hear them bellow. Well, I think it's a love song. I think it's corny.
Have you tried that with Kathy?
I do. She sends me to the other room. And then we said a lion roar can be heard up to 5 miles away, or something like that. Was that an authentic, or did that?
It's a fake thing. These days everything is
And it
fake.
just sound like Larry.
They put speakers in the
Larry in
bushes.
disaster mode. But incredible experience. You know, one of the things people question safety, and you know, we've never had an incident. The lions sometimes you'll be close enough to them where if you wanted to, you could literally reach out and pet them. But you sit there, they see the whole vehicle. It's not in the food chain. I've literally had on this trip where I could have touched pet one of the kitties. Well, you don't do it. Now, if your arm comes out, or if you get out of the vehicle, then everything changes, you know. But It is incredible. They will sometimes use the vehicle as a blind to get closer to a herd of gazelles and zebras. You know, they're in hunting mode. And they'll come up to the vehicle and watch them because they use it as a blind and as a shield. And yes, they have to eat too. But you see, the big five, the Cape buffalo, not to be confused with water buffalo, which are Asian. The Cape buffalo are maybe the second most dangerous animal. The number one dangerous animal in Africa is the hippo.
And maybe that's why they're so interesting to watch as you just see them in the water. You're like, how can this thing be so dangerous? But then you hear the
Have you
stories.
seen it open its mouth?
Yes, yes. Have you watched Jumanji? Sorry.
That will do it. Well, anyway, we're having a great time. I'd love to have you join us next year. By the way, we have not published our 2025 dates. Will be published on the website very shortly, and you can access that at morriscolumbus.com. Scroll down to escort vacations, click on the geographic area, or give your Morris Columbus advisor a call. If you've been I've used the example, if you've been dealing pre-merger with the Bountiful office, stay with the Bountiful office, even if you live in St. George. And if you live in St. George and you've been dealing with them, stay with them. Stay with the travel advisor.
Relationships with these people.
Exactly.
Travel advisors bring such a wealth of information, and these are relationships just like you have with, any other advisor. Exactly. Once they know your preferences, man, they can take care of you.
Well, Delta Vacations, we promise to give you a triple discount. Delta Vacations is the vacation arm of Delta Airlines. And the triple discount is a legitimate deal. You get a guaranteed air discount. Absolutely guaranteed. It's lower than what you can get on your own. Now, the industry term is a tour operator fare. I call it the secret airfare because if you call any airline reservation, they don't know about it. They can't sell it. But what airlines know from a historical perspective is how many seats they're going to sell. You ask Delta on the 1 o'clock flight to Los Angeles on March 15th, absent of a special event. They know how many seats they're going to sell. And their airline door closes to sell the unsold seats. So airlines come to a handful of tour operators, Morris Columbus Travel being one of the few in the country that has airline discount contracts. I know, Carlos, we have some in South America, but it's not just through Mexico or Hawaii, but around the world, Morris Columbus has these discounts. But there's a catch to it. We can't sell air only. They don't want to disrupt those who pay the higher airfare. So we have to bundle it or hook it with something, a car rental, a hotel. And that car rental and hotel doesn't even have to be the length of your stay. I know some people who will book the cheapest hotel for 2 nights, never even go there. They have to pay for it. But they get the discounted airfare, which is less than what they can do on their own. So discount number 1 is a guaranteed discounted airfare, lower than what you can buy on your discount. Number 2 is a guaranteed resort or hotel discount. And if you look at the price of that bundled air and hotel vacation, it is lower than if you bought them separately, usually by hundreds of dollars. And then
Zach,
It's time to visit.
they've got
I think that makes a lot of sense. That would solve a lot of the problems, and you can even tier it. Hey, here's the new Division 1. In the top tier, you get more money. Tier 2, Tier 3, whatever, but you're all playing. You can get back to regional football in that regard. So Chip Kelly said it.
Some local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal. They said easily.
For offers available to you. How long have you been out here? And she said, a long time.
instantly everything in me is like, don't give her the rest of your money for all that she has to make her feel better. You don't need to do that. You're not that guy. But then I look at her sweet little eyes and I'm like, I'll take everything. Here's $5. That should cover the whole picture. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she's all excited. I feel like $1,000,000. So she runs in, gets a Solo cup, runs back out, fills up this giant cup of lemonade. As I'm walking back to my Jeep, I hear Mom yelling at her, saying, you did it again. Stop doing this. And I'm like, what? I look back at Mom and she's like, you are the 5th person that she has told you're the only customer. Do you want your $5 back? And at that point I felt so ashamed. I'm like, no, just keep it. Thanks. The little girl lied to me. She got me. And I was like, what do you do then? You don't go back. You just let it go. Just let it go. But I'll tell you what, that little girl is an entrepreneur. She is going to make something of herself someday, that's for sure.
Here are this week's top 3 songs, according to our K-Love Insiders.
Number 3.
Welcome. So, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com.
20 years old, stationed in Hawaii, and 2 weeks before I was deployed, I met the love of my life.
Spent time translating the language. It had to be a crash job. He did. He spoke in tongues. I think that's exactly what it means by it. So that the same gifts of act are limited to that, and actually one of the gifts is not only healing, but raising the dead. We know that Paul raised the dead, Simon Peter raised the dead. We don't have the record of the other apostles, I'm sure, that they had that gift. But even today, the most extreme charismatics have not yet claimed to be able to raise the dead. But I'm expecting any minute where they can turn up with that. But I don't believe that it'll be genuine any more than I believe that 90% of the miracles they record actually have happened. I just don't accept it. Now, sign is the law of the apostolic age. Getting to set before them gifts that not only were manifested that day, but gifts that have to do with the church from the time of the Corinthians on down to the present time. And now, here's what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12:28. And let me read it. God has set some in the church. First, apostles. I think that's chronological. They were the first, but they're not the last. You may read in that last today. And secondarily, prophets. Thirdly, teachers. Now, I think there's a period when we have teachers. I'd like to think that if I have any gift at all, it's teaching. And I want to say this, if I don't have the gift of teaching, I just don't know. Yes. You spend all of
this the guys we have. I mean, we brought some new guys. They just came in the spring, but he came around our team like he's been known to the whole life. The chemistry that we got. Since those guys been here, man, we play again. I mean, on defense, like we fly around and do that. We need some ball passing and also we need like all the teammates that we talked about the motivating factor that it was in the class and the conference. They kind of gave us a little bit of a slap in the face. How did you react to that? Yeah, I mean, it definitely beats it well with me. Being between that and motors. Just being around the facility, it motivates all the guys. You're probably one of the guys who had like the lock screen, you know, all over the like this is I mean it is the only thing that we've seen is we see maybe what I've seen. We just need the auto screen and so when years over we see. As a team captain, what does that aspect mean to you? And how seriously do you take that? I take that real serious. I take that really serious. Because, you know, when you get a team captain, I don't hold myself above others, but I do see myself as somebody that can set the standard together. So
They're trying to say that we need to go after the club. And I feel like that reflects a lot on just the leadership on the team and things like that. So I'm just trying to bring down something like we're gonna have to put them on. Like it's up to us. We're gonna have to let them here.
What type of leader are you? Because obviously there's these real vocal leaders, then there's the ones that they lead by example and let their play do their talking. There's combos. What type of leader are you?
I was actually a combo. I played Mike linebacker, so I try to have to be vocal.
Yep.
And I'm making calls, so
You gotta know everything.
I don't have a problem being vocal. Team, and of course I gotta work on certain things by example. Because I'm not being by example. I'm being hypocrite now.
Exciting things going on with the Big 12 right now. The four additions, BYU obviously being one of them. What were your thoughts on the additions and what they bring to the conference?
I'm excited, I actually never got to play with any team in the conference. Like last year, it wasn't really that much except for the top of the 12 and bottom of the 12. And all the games were pretty much close. So adding new sports, it would be very interesting.
BYU fans who are going to get to experience your atmosphere. The Cougars will come to play at West Virginia. They're talking to all of your teammates about the environment and what BYU can expect. There's going to be a lot of BYU fans. BYU fans travel. There's a lot of BYU fans all around the country and the world anyway. But what would you say is the best part of a game day at West Virginia?
The best part of the game that I mean is, just running out the tunnel and just seeing all the things. Here, I mean, they love the team. We don't have any, because of sports. I mean, we're it. They give it all, represent the whole state. So we're seeing all those people that lined up really support us. And at the end of the day, whenever we win, we're seeing the country roll. That tradition,
That is a really cool tradition, singing that song. What's that like to you, to have that type of a tradition? I think most college football fans know that tradition. That's a really cool. What does that tradition mean?
It means a lot, because it means we won first off.
There you go. That's the most important part.
So we get around, we interact with the fans, and seeing how happy it makes them, and jumping up in the crowd, and making them feel good, and saying, give them a doubt, and we say that. It means a lot.
You have the song downloaded and on your phone?
I do not.
You do not have the song.
But I promise I can sing it.
See, here's the moment where somebody else would ask him to sing. Now, I'm going to give you the option. If you'd like to sing, you can. I'm not going to make you, but if you'd like to sing it, you can.
It's a pretty long song.
It is a long, can you sing the chorus?
Take long to play. I belong West Virginia. Now my mama take me home. Country road. And I'm gonna be out there.
No, you nailed it, my man. Way to go, man. Let me tell you, the first interview where we had somebody sing and he killed it. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Now here is Mountaineer safety Aubrey Brooks.
Big 12 Media Day, it's a day of celebration. What does a day like today mean for you, knowing that the season's from Florida?
Pretty quite a bit pumpkin, just because it's my first one. Nice to meet people that never seen before me, different teammates from other teams. And just, other teams coming out on Big 12 conference, just interacting with them, just saying a bit about. It's pretty nice.
How has this experience been overall? Because like you said, it's fun to come meet new people, and it probably also means something. It means something to you that you were selected as one of the representatives.
But well, personally, it's a lot for me. I remember when I first got told that I was coming to the Big 12 meeting there, first thing I did was call my mom, kind of celebrating the phone. It's just really exciting to knowing that you're one person out of the group selected to come here and speak for their team, to tell people about your team, and the blessing because they trust you. The team trusts you. You got company with yourself to come here and speak out about your team. So that's a blessing for me.
Right, so tell me about your team. Now, let's start, obviously, on the side of the ball that you played, defense. Talk to me about what you expect from this team.
So we added some transfers this year, and basically our whole mindset mentality is to attack, take fast, take down hill,
full communication, or just guys mentally knowing where to be? When you say communication, what do you mean? Mentally knowing where to be physically, and then, when you go on these road games, 60 to 70,000 people screaming from miles, and people at home screaming, so just knowing, like, where to be. This was previous. They were looking at what they wanted to produce. They called it, quote, the armpit of America. How do you like that? The armpit of America. I'll let you go with
I should say bumper sticker right now.
That's right. Anyway, they named Battle Mountain, Nevada as the armpit of America. Right, because it is. Have you been to Battle Mountain? No. Down the highway, I remember as a kid, my mother was from Alberta, and we lived in San Francisco. Every summer we drive up to Canada, and we go through Battle Mountain. Wonderful. And now the highway things are just making excellent. Has the city not only there's a couple of casinos, kind of a small, mostly bars there. It's a horrible place. No offense to our listeners in Quebec, okay? Now, a travel website, travel.alot.com, just this week, named the ugliest city. And it's a place that I think, I lived for 3 years in Frenchville as a man of the cloth. And I love Frenchville. Scenic food, but wonderful people. We have the Sierra Nevada mountains there and everything. But I would say to people, if you don't think that Fresno is beautiful, don't think it's beautiful. And Bakersfield was named by this website as the ugliest city in California and one of the most, and they call it absolute ugliest in America, close quote. And their criteria was, what eyesores are there in the city? Lack of maintenance, poor architectural choices, and on and on. You see, in Bakersfield is one of the top oil-producing cities in America, and there are oil rigs and derricks everywhere into the barren wasteland. Moses, I think, went to Bakersfield and said, send me to Sinai instead. Well, no offense to our neighbors, our California listeners. I'm simply your humble news reporter. But again, if you don't think Fresno is good, don't stay in Bakersfield. Peter, we talked earlier about Alma waterways, and we have what we call a park chart. We did an app in the boat on the Rhine River next year.
The Rhine is one of my favorites. This is the very first one I did, and that's what you can fall in love with river cruising. But the Castle Valley, it's just such a great trip.
It's Castle Company.
It is.
So I will be your personal host. Catherine is going on that one.
She's not goodness.
Thank you very much. We'll sail from Malawi, Amsterdam, all the way to Basel, Switzerland. We'll visit the Netherlands, France, Germany, and Switzerland. And catch this, the pricing is fantastic. The lowest price or lead price directly from Alma Waterways or any other travel agents, $37.50. Our lead price for the same cabin, the same cruise, $29.95, of course, plus your taxes and port charge.
And you get Larry Gelwix.
There you go. That wraps it up from the Serengeti. I'll be talking to you next week from Seattle on my way to Alaska. Have a great week. God bless. I'm Larry Gelwix, the getaway guru for Morris Columbus Travel and Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, with the biggest cruise promotion of the year, with huge discounts off your cruise fare and free amenities. Sail the 7 seas with Royal Caribbean and Morris Columbus Travel. And for the best travel deals on the planet, give us a call at Morris Columbus Travel.
Guys, this is Brock Roberts from Happy Valley Friend, Utah's most confident comprehensive men and women's intimacy health clinic, showcasing focused shockwave therapy for men's ED. We understand that many of you were left in the lurch partway through your ED treatment by a now out-of-business men's ED clinic. We can't get your money back, but we would love to help you affordably complete your therapy. Go to happyvalleyclinic.com or call us at 833-ED-NO-FUN. That's 833-ED-NO-FUN for a significant discount to help you complete your therapy. Put the happy back in your relationship.
Is your hair thinning, hairline receding? Do you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair? Look, we all have to deal with hair loss, especially as we age. But you don't have to sit back and let it happen. Listen to what Marcy did with the help of Harem's Botanical Hair Serum.
Well, I started using it about 4 or 5 months. 2 or 3 months into it, I just kind of noticed one day I saw all of this extra hair growth around my widow's peak. That hair growth is probably about 5 inches, all in that area that used to have absolutely no hair at all. I don't think I'll ever stop using it.
If you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair, then order your Harem solution today. Harem contains 17 botanical actives proven safe and most effective in generating new hair growth and darkening gray hair. Return to the full, natural, youthful hair color you want. For more information, go to greatlifenow.com. That's greatlifenow.com. KNRS FM, Centerville, KNRS, Salt Lake City. Sponsored by Murdoch Chevrolet. Almost $6,000.
NBC News Radio, I'm Julie Ryan. A federal judge is giving former President Trump till Monday to respond to special counsel Jack Smith's motion for a protective order. Smith filed the motion Friday night after Trump posted on Truth Social, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you." The post appeared one day after Trump was indicted on 4 counts related to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Smith wrote in his filing that public posts by the former president about the case could have a harmful, chilling effect on witnesses or adversely affect the fair administration of justice. 2 police officers are expected to recover after a shooting Friday night in downtown Orlando. As Rory O'Neill reports, the suspect was later killed by police.
After shooting 2 officers, the suspect, later identified as Dayton Bale, allegedly carjacked someone and fled to East Orange County. Saturday morning, he was found in a hotel near Universal Orlando and again started shooting at police. The hotel was evacuated and SWAT officers were able to kill the 28-year-old suspect. As for the 2 injured officers, Dr. Michael Cheatham at Orlando Regional Medical Center, where their 2 officers continue to recuperate. Rory O'Neill, Orlando.
Not going to have any problems on the 21st South Freeway eastbound or westbound, and the I-215 loop is in good shape with speeds up to the posted limits on both sides of town.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has what you need for travel. Passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. Now get $10 off your purchase of 30 or more when you buy a travel service. It's for only offer ends September 16th. Exclusions apply. Staples, your first stop to non-stop travel.
Are you recently retired or nearing retirement? There are retirement tax traps that can cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Learn what they are in a free report, 3 retirement tax traps that can wipe out your savings. It's from Boss Retirement Solutions, a 5-time winner of Utah's Best of State Award. Learn the 3 tax traps that can threaten your hard-earned savings, plus the simple steps you can take now that could dramatically reduce these taxes in retirement. To get your free report, call 801-999-1943. Would you like to save a lot of money in taxes when you retire? Get your free report now by calling 801-999-1943. That's 801-999-1943. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC registered investment advisory firm. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making it really miserable. I'm Martin Hope, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose-powered suction. Navage will set in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthy. Wash your body air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. This struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurring or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
The following is a paid program. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of Talk Radio 105.9, KNRS, and iHeartMedia.
Saving for retirement is a great start, but it's what you do with this money that really matters. How will you reduce your taxes, generate income, pay for the skyrocketing cost of healthcare, and optimize your Social Security benefits? Welcome to Retirement Solutions Radio with Tyson Thacker and Ryan Thacker from Boston Retirement Solutions. This is where you can count on straightforward and objective advice about the toughest challenges you'll face in retirement today. And now, here are your hosts, Tyson Thacker and Ryan Thacker.
Imagine if you had the opportunity to learn from the people who had retired successfully before you. Maybe learn about their hard-fought lessons. What were the smartest decisions they made, and what everyone wants to hear about? What were their biggest mistakes so that you don't do the same thing? And what would they do differently if they could do it all over again? Imagine the education that would come from this knowledge, the time and trouble it could save you, and how it could potentially set you up for success. Well, good news. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Ryan Thacker along with my brother Tyson. And if you're recently retired or nearing retirement, this is your show today. And that's because millions and millions of people have retired before you, even in the past handful of years, especially since COVID. And so there's no need to reinvent this retirement wheel. And why not learn from their experiences so you don't have to repeat the same old mistakes, right? Well, here's some things that we want you to think about in today's show. What can you learn from paying for healthcare in retirement? What about getting the most out of your Social Security benefits? How about saving on taxes? How do you combat inflation and more? And coming up in today's show, the awesome thing is we've been able to help thousands and thousands of families retire with confidence here at Boss Retirement Solutions and Advisors. And one of our favorite things is not only helping people get there, but also talking about those things that happen during the retirement journey, Tyson. And that made us start thinking as we were preparing for the show today. We're like, imagine if we could just share some of these lessons. And we boiled it down to 7 lessons. But Tyson, what have we learned of the importance of models and recipes when you think about retirement? Well, foundationally, you go back to your childhood, right? Whether it was Lincoln Logs or Legos, you started there because you had this ability to look and say, this is how I build something, right? And then for a lot of people that goes to model airplanes. For me, that was frustrating because it was such little pieces. It kind of drove me crazy. I never did that. And the crazy glue drove me crazy through, would stick to everything. And Mom didn't like that very much, right? But we went from Legos to model airplanes to retirement plans, where you have models of success. You have models that become a framework to help you to really systematize and really boil down succinctly what you can do to have success. And so that's what today's show is all about, is sharing some models that you can use to think about retirement and what that looks like. So we're going to give you 7 ingredients to a successful retirement. And, ingredient number 1 is having a comprehensive financial game plan, Tyson. This goes back to the Lincoln Logs and the Legos, right?
Yes.
You had a model that you could look at. On the Lincoln Logs, you could look at the box and say, okay, I want to build this, and you could get creative and mix and match a little bit. But on a model airplane, you actually had a page that you could look at. You could look at the box and step by step.
Yes.
And there used to be that in the industrial age, right? The financial game plan used to be you worked for the same company for all these years, and you got to retirement age, and you had a pension, and then you mix that with your Social Security plus some personal savings. That was the recipe. But I will tell you today, here in 2023, that recipe looks far, far different. And Tyson, why is the financial game plan so important?
Well, you think about all the things that are beyond your control in retirement: inflation, interest rates, stock market volatility. You have recessions that happen all through your retirement years. You need to have something that can take that chaos and bring order to it, and that is the Boss Retirement Blueprint in our case. Because you think about so many people. There was a study from Forbes that talked about 69% of men and 81% of women experience some sort of unexpected event after they retire. This was a survey conducted by AgeWave, and as a result, a very high percentage of retirees, 93% of them, Ryan, agree that having a plan and understanding how this works is the key. Well, and as you have that plan, you need to make sure that you have an income plan, that you have a tax plan, that you have an investment plan, you have a healthcare plan, and Tyson, that leads us to number 2, which, the man who has his wealth can have 1,000 dreams. This is an old proverb. The man who doesn't have his health has one dream, and that's health. And I think, we're starting to see now the skyrocketing cost of healthcare. Yeah, it's really important. And this is ingredient number 2. If we're going to have health and longevity going through retirement, that starts with good health. And Tyson, why is this so important? Well, there was an estimate, all through our years of owning Boss Retirement Solutions and Advisors, Ryan, there's been all of these studies that have been done about how much money you have to have set aside for healthcare. Well, the most recent one that was that we're looking at, a 65-year-old couple retiring in 2021 needed $662,156 in just healthcare expenses over their retirement life. And think about that, Ryan. How you spend so much money during your retirement years is shocking, and you've got a plan for it, right? Well, and you look at what the average person is saved for retirement, and pretty much the average person is going to be dependent upon Medicare, and we know what it means for retirees, which we're going to talk about in the next segment, which is taxes. And unfortunately, when it comes to healthcare, if we just focus on this, it's not getting any cheaper, and inflation for healthcare and medical services is growing at a much faster rate than what the economy is growing, and according to Health Systems Tracker, the price of medical care has increased by a whopping 115.1% since 2000. Think about that. And you look at the prices of all consumer goods and services in that same time period have risen 78.2%. So, basically, Tyson, you can't fall into the trap of thinking that Medicare is going to cover this for all of your medical expenses. You need to make sure that, if you're 61 or 62, and your health care doesn't kick in until 65 on Medicare, what are you going to do to make sure that gap is covered? What are you going to make sure when you need long-term care? And we're not even talking about preventative health care right now. We're just talking about taking care of those base needs. So, Tyson, these first 2 principles and ingredients are super important. Right now, get ready for retirement with these things, Tyson. Well, you think about what's going on right now with the economy or the volatility in the stock market. Trying to grow your retirement savings, it could come with a lot more risk. And most people don't think about this, but the fastest and safest way that you can grow your nest egg right now, it's by reducing your taxes in retirement. And it's because the less money you pay in taxes, the more money you're going to have to spend on you and your family all through your retirement. And that's why we put together something just for the listeners on today's show. We want you to discover how you can dramatically reduce your taxes in retirement with a free Boss Retirement Tax Savings Analysis. Let me explain how this works. We get some basic information from you. We determine the tax saving strategies that are best suited for your specific situation, and then we sit down and share these strategies with you so you can see exactly how much money you could save. This is an important part, Ryan, of the recipe of making sure you've got enough in retirement. So if you've saved at least $200,000 for retirement, call to schedule your free analysis right now at 800-918-3015.
This isn't about some obvious deductions that may save you a few bucks. The difference in tax savings could be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So call right now, 800-918-3015. That's 800-918-3015. You have more control over how much money you pay in taxes when you're retired than you do at any other time in your life. We'll show you how when you come back after the break. You don't want to miss this because we talk about taxes, taxes, taxes. This is going to be the ingredient that could help you put thousands of dollars every year.
Are you recently retired or nearing retirement? There are 3 retirement in a free report. 3 retirement tax traps that could wipe out your savings. It's from Boss Retirement Solutions, a 5-time winner of Utah's Best of State Award. Learn the 3 tax traps that could threaten your hard-earned savings, plus the simple steps you can take now that could dramatically reduce these taxes in retirement. To get your free report, call 801-999-1943. Would you like to save a lot of money in taxes when you retire? Get your free report now by calling 801-999-1943. That's 801-999-1943. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC registered investment advisory firm. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartMedia.com.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm Chase at Orange Yours. And now I'm going to sing your old song about our diamonds. Wait, what? Sorry, we're seeing this? No, just you. What? Maybe they could just read it. When you see our better diamonds, your heart will begin to dancing. Get the diamond that she really wants with our in-house financing. See? Yeah, but sing it. No, I think they get it.
Get in-house financing only at Morgan Jewelers. Find a location near you at morganjewelers.com.
To Retirement Solutions Radio, where you can count on straightforward and objective advice on how you can make your money go a lot further in retirement. And here are your hosts, Tyson Thacker and Ryan Thacker, for Boss Retirement Solutions.
Imagine if you could learn the hard-fought lessons from people who retired successfully before you. After all, you only got one opportunity to retire. What were the best decisions they made? What were their biggest mistakes? And what would they do differently if they could do it all over again? Imagine what you could learn from their experience. Welcome back to Retirement Solutions Radio. I'm Tyson Thacker along with my brother Ryan. We are the Retirement Brothers from Boss Retirement Solutions and Advisors. And today we're sharing 7 invaluable lessons from today's retirees that can really help you to retire successfully tomorrow. Ryan, we opened the segment number 1 talking about models, talking about let's use recipes in this segment here. You know, you open up the bed cookbook, or maybe you try to. Our mom and my grandma have this particular recipe for Swedish pancakes, and I think every school year we would have another special occasion. We just did this. One of my sons just asked for Swedish pancakes for his birthday dinner. But there's a very specific recipe, a very specific way of doing it. In fact, would rather have me make them than Stephanie make them, only because I've had more experience with the recipe, right? I think of you, going to do that. That's right. And so coming up in this segment, we want to talk about using the recipe to how to minimize taxes on your retirement savings, plus some steps that you can take right now to reduce taxes all through your retirement years. This is going to be a really big game changer for you. So Ryan, why is reducing taxes in retirement such a big deal? Well, first of all, we got to start with the myth. A lot of people think when they pay taxes in retirement because their paycheck went down, right? And we get that because you're not earning that paycheck anymore. think about, if you don't have a fund, most people think, okay, I can just withdraw money out of my IRA and my 401k if I need it, other investments as I need it. You think about, I'm going to have Social Security all through my retirement years. But when you look at all of these income sources, Ryan, you could end up being in such a higher tax bracket because we're at a 40-year low in taxes right now. And so what you just mentioned, Ryan, about taxes not being lower because we've got to cover the $123.1 trillion expense that the government's promised everybody, taxes have to go up. And at the same time, when you retire, not only do you have to start withdrawing that money, and if you don't have a plan for it, you push yourself into a higher bracket, but those deductions have gone away. Like, hopefully you've got your mortgage paid off when you retire. And all the kids are out of the house and stay out of the house. And so those deductions have gone away. So the key to all of this is having a plan for your taxes and doing something about it right now. Right? Well, as we get asked all the time, what's the best investment that I can make in my retirement? You know, that's what we get asked in the backyard barbecue. Should I invest in real estate, gold, silver, Bitcoin? What's the hot stock that I should be investing in? And our answer is pretty consistent. It comes back to taxes. Well, some of the biggest returns you can have is by having a tax-efficient strategy when it comes to your retirement accounts, because in order to minimize that tax bite, you've got to have a withdrawal strategy that's going to minimize taxes. And that's a lot of people think that they should draw down their tax retirement accounts first, like your Roth accounts. But the longer you delay the withdrawal and let that money grow in these accounts, your tax-deferred accounts, the more money you're going to pay in taxes. So you've got to have this plan and this strategy. And this starts with not just tax preparation. This starts with tax planning and retirement. And so many financial advisors, Tyson, completely ignore the tax law. Let's talk about investments. And I think it's a major disservice to their clients. We're not CPAs or tax attorneys, but we have CPAs and tax attorneys on our team, and it's all on the high-end side that can really make a difference in tax law. Yeah, this truly is, Ryan, as you mentioned, the biggest movement that you can have in your retirement planning ever, because it can be such a big deal. You know, we just talked in the last segment about healthcare, and so often people come in and they're like, okay, you just told us that we need a big statistic over $600,000 in healthcare expenses between me and my spouse. How are we going to pay for that? There's no way we can pay for that. Well, you've got to take everything within your portfolio and not just hope that it goes up from the return. You've got to say, how can I keep as much money as possible? And that's long for a range tax plan. So really, there's two different pieces. First, the long range tax plan. Let's say you're 61 years old and you're concerned about what that looks like. You look 20, 30, 40 years into the future and you do some planning there. But then we also look at it on a year-by-year basis for you. You'd be surprised how simple it can be if you really look at it through the lens that it helps thousands of people to do this. You know, Tyson, that's why we invest in conferences and talking with different experts in areas. One of the things that we've done for a long time is be able to show the impact of taxes on your retirement goals. Right. Well, we just got a brand new tool that's awesome that allows us to take a look at the tax bite on your retirement. So we can not only look at the fees, but we can also look at the tax bite. And I think this is one of those areas, you know, even like not tax-deferred retirement accounts, like a brokerage account. So many people think, you know, taxes aren't that bad because I'm paying long-term capital gains when I'm taking it out. But you look at this tax drag, and that's one of the things we can show you in the new technology, is to be able to help you see what this tax bite and drag is on your account, because this is one of those areas that if you can invest it now and line up that structure with your tax plan, it can make a huge difference in what you're going to end up saving in taxes. And this comes from tax-deferred retirement accounts, from non-qualified brokerage accounts. And Tyson, this is one of the things we love at Boss Retirement Solutions and Advisors, is helping our families be able to put more money in their pockets so they can do those things that they want to do in retirement instead of paying for Uncle Sam. Well, and here's the best part about it. It's customized to you. It's not just some one-size-fits-all strategy. that we pull off the shelf and give to everybody. It's focused on you. And so, do you have an IRA or a 401k? It's natural to think about that as you are money. But remember, you've still got to pay taxes when you withdraw that money in retirement. And these taxes could take a huge chunk out of your savings, more than you know. So we've got some good news for you. If you take advantage of some simple tax planning strategies right now, you could save yourself a small fortune in retirement. Learn exactly how much money you can save with a free, customized IRA, 401k, tax analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions and Advisors. We make it really simple. We get some basic information from you. We research the tax saving strategies that are going to be best suited for your specific situation, and then we share these customized strategies for you so you can see exactly how much money you could be saving. Now, we'd love to do this for everyone, but obviously this takes a lot of work, this takes a lot of time, so we're limiting this offer to the first 9 qualified listeners who call us right now. These strategies are best suited for people who have saved at least $200,000 for retirement. So schedule your free IRA and 401k tax analysis and be one of the first 9 callers right now at 800-918-3015. That number, 800-918-3015. How much money in taxes could you save with your IRA or 401k? You better find out. 800-918-3015. That number one more time, 800-918-3015. You know, people are living longer than ever before, especially in retirement. And the question is, will your hard-earned savings last 30 or 40 years in retirement? Well, we'll talk about today's retirees and what they're doing to tackle this issue when we come back. Join us after the break.
More with Ryan and Tyson Thacker from Boss Retirement Solutions is coming up next.
Radio, I'm Julie Ryan. A federal judge is giving former President Trump till Monday to respond to special counsel Jack Smith's motion for a protective order. Smith filed the motion Friday night after Trump posted on Truth Social, "You go after me, I'm coming for you." 2 police officers are expected to recover after a shooting Friday night in downtown Orlando. Corey O'Neill has the latest.
After shooting 2 officers, the suspect, later identified as Dayton Bale, allegedly carjacked someone and fled to East Orange County. Saturday morning, he was found in a hotel and again started shooting at police. SWAT officers were able to kill the 28-year-old suspect. Their 2 officers continue to recuperate.
The Mega Millions jackpot is climbing. Lottery officials say no one picked all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. That means Tuesday's jackpot in the multi-state lottery game will be worth $1.55 billion. Julie Ryan, NBC News Radio.
From the TicketDoctor.com Traffic Operations Center.
Well, your Saturday afternoon drive looking good around the Wasatch Front. Really no problems, nothing to slow you down. On I-10 north and southbound from Ogden all the way down to Provo. I-80 is looking good on the east side of town, heading up into Farley's Canyon, and the west side heading over to Tuella County. And no problems on the I-215 loop either.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss the final case this save during the Snow White truckload event at Lowe's. Right now, save on major appliances and get an additional 10% off in-store clearance appliances. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8 times exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Are you recently retired or nearing retirement? There are 3 retirement tax traps that can cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Learn what they are in a free report, 3 retirement tax traps that could wipe out your savings. It's from Boss Retirement Solutions, a 5-time winner of Utah's Best of State Award. Learn the 3 tax traps that could threaten your hard-earned savings, plus the simple steps you can take now that could dramatically reduce these taxes in retirement. To get your free report, call 801-999-1943. Would you like to save a lot of money in taxes when you retire? Get your free report now by calling 801-999-1943. That's 801-999-1943. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
Guys, this is Brock Roberts from Happy Valley Clinic, Utah's most comprehensive men and women's intimacy health clinic, showcasing focused shockwave therapy for men's ED. We understand that many of you were left in the lurch.
be getting more from your spousal benefits. Plus, you're going to be able to see if you're eligible for any other benefits that add up to thousands of dollars in your pocket every single year. So if you save at least $200,000,
Gotta feel
not file for Social Security, call to schedule your free analysis right now at 800-918-3015. Again, that number is 800-918-3015. Now remember, some advisors charge several $100s for a customized analysis like this, but we're not going to charge you a dime. That's the best news. We can only offer this to the listeners who give us a call right now. So schedule 800-918-3015. We're going to share what we can learn from today's retirees about inflation and the single most important key to reducing investment risk. You are going to love what you hear. You don't want to miss it. We'll talk to you on the other side.
To get your complimentary Boss Retirement Tax Savings Analysis, call now at 800-918-3015. Again, that's 800-918-3015.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies,
Seriously?
but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm Chase at Morgan Jewelers. And now I'm going to sing you a little song about our diamonds. Wait, what? Sorry, we're singing this? No, just you. Maybe I could just read it. When you sing diamonds, your heart will begin a dancing. Get the diamond that she really wants with our in-house financing. See? Yeah, but sing it. No, I think they get it.
Get in-house financing only at Morgan Jewelers. Find a location nearest you at morganjewelers.com.
Are you recently retired or nearing retirement? There are 3 retirement tax traps that can cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Learn what they are in a free report. 3 retirement tax traps that could wipe out your savings. It's from Boss Retirement Solutions, a 5-time winner of Utah's Best of State Award. Learn the 3 tax traps that could threaten your hard-earned savings, plus the simple steps you can take now that could dramatically reduce these taxes in retirement. To get your free report, call 801-999-1943. Would you like to save a lot of money in taxes when you retire? Get your free report now by calling 801-999-1943. That's 801-999-1943. Advisory services offered to Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
I have this receding hairline, and I've tried a lot of these other products, and nothing really seemed to work. And I was introduced to Harem, and, after 3-4 months, I started seeing some new hair growth, especially where, in that receding hairline area. And my receding hairline is now no longer receding. My wife, she loves it. She says I look younger, and I'm telling all my friends about it. Product looks great. No chemicals in this. It's all natural, and I love it.
Made for men and women,
more
Harem
stuff.
repairs and nourishes the scalp, which is the foundation for healthier hair. This, in turn, activates dormant hair follicles, which results in new hair growth. Harem treats receding hairlines, the crown of the head, and thinning hair. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to GreatLifeNow.com. Use code Radio15 and get 15% off, plus free shipping. Go to GreatLifeNow.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Hi, I'm Utah Tax Attorney Jordan Wilcox. It's important now more than ever to protect your financial security. Call us now at 385-446-0957 or visit taxhelput.com.
We're very grateful.
They've helped thousands of families retire successfully. They could help you too. Welcome back to Retirement Solutions Radio with Tyson Thacker and Ryan Thacker from Boss Retirement Solutions.
Imagine if you could learn the hard-fought lessons from the people who retired successfully before you. What were the best decisions they made? What were their biggest mistakes? And what would they do differently if they could do it all over again? Imagine what you could learn from their experience. Well, that's what today's show, has been all about is we've helped thousands of people to retire. And the things that we talked about on today's show are going to help you get down the road and prepared for retirement. And we've been sharing these 7 invaluable lessons from today's retirees that could help you retire tomorrow. And so Ryan, let's run through these really quickly. Number 1, have a comprehensive financial game plan. Ours is called the Boss Retirement Blueprint. Every single one of the people who comes in and sees us gets a blueprint. Number 2, have a plan to pay for healthcare. Number 3, taxes are such a big deal in retirement and can be a real needle mover to keep money in your pocket. Number 4, make money work for you to generate income. In other words, income is the most important thing in your retirement plan to make sure that it's not about rate of return, it's more about income streams. Number 5 is maximize your Social Security benefits. And coming up in our final segment today, we're going to be talking about the lessons learned from today's retirees about inflation, plus the single most important key to reducing investment risk. Ryan, why is inflation such a big deal right now? Well, inflation is often called the silent killer of retirement for a good reason. Even with inflation rates, 2% like they've been in the past, you could dramatically reduce your purchasing power in just a handful of years. And, everyone's talking about inflation's coming down right now. But if you compare prices on items that you buy every day and what they were in 2020, it's pretty shocking. If you've got kids or grandkids that are looking to buy a house, it's, housing prices versus what they were in 2020 are just shocking. And, it's difficult to manage these price increases when you're still working. But I want to make this a little more crystal clear. Imagine now price increases happening like this when you retire. Yeah, you've got a fixed income. It's not like you're going to be able to take on an extra side job here to make ends meet. Oftentimes that's just not an option in retirement. And so before you know it, you could be forced with the thinkable decision of, what am I going to buy, or am I going to pay for the medications I need? And, that is not a good place to be. And that's why we want to build a plan and strategy for inflation even before you go into retirement. Well, and you think about, inflation has been bad over the last couple of years. Last year at this time, inflation went up by 9.1%, Ryan, which was a huge shock to the system. Now, people say, well, it's really calmed down a lot. In fact, this last month it was only 3%. But what you've got to understand is you add the 9.1 plus the 3% on top of it year over year, and that gallon of milk ends up, instead of costing you $2, it's now $5-6 for a gallon of milk. Ice cream, meat, you name it, everything that you put in your shopping cart has gone up. And when you're on a fixed income like you are in retirement, if you haven't done the proper planning with inflation, then you're not going to be in a great place. In fact, you think about, let's say that somebody starts out retirement at $6,000 a month in income and says, I'm going to be fine, and so then the next year the inflation's not too bad, and maybe it's $6,200, but then you have a couple of years that's bad. And even after 20 years at the 100-year inflation rate, it's going to double from $6,000 to $12,000. That's a big deal. And that's where we start the inflation conversation. Is imagine your income needs to double between now and the time when you eventually pass away, right? During retirement. That's what it's going to need to look like as you look at your finances and manage that. Tyson, this is one of those things that you definitely want to have time for. Like we talk about having 3 income streams. You like an income stream now, you like an income stream down the road, when we can flip that on to help with inflation. We'd like a 3rd income stream that's really going to help with health care, long-term care, and the continuing rise of inflation. And that's why planning and having the right ingredient with inflation is super important. Love it. So, number 7, you've got to minimize your investment risk. And here's the key. Most people don't realize how much risk they're taking, and especially as you get closer to needing to draw that money down, they're playing a little bit of Russian roulette if they haven't minimized that risk. Because the closer you are to retirement, the less time your portfolio has to recover from any losses. And you think about this, you think, okay, the market, the volatility, I went down by 5%, now what do? Oh, I've got to swing for the fences. And it's like
will when we do the financial people. You know, Tyson, when you were talking about people swinging for the fences, I think that's one of the mistakes that we see retirees make a lot as they get closer to retirement and they think, well, gotta pay bills. That's your boyfriend from Lowe. Gonna go now.